arts, entertainment and lifestyle. ChaKra TV. It never ends.
Hello and welcome to Simple Talks on ChaKra TV. Now I'm going to be finding it very hard to introduce this gentleman because he's a man with a lot of aspects to him in terms of what he does. I know him as a DJ and a TV presenter and also a businessman. Kosla, welcome to the show. So good to have you on the show today.
Yeah, welcome Minol, and nice to be on this platform with you.
So to start things off, Kosla, you started off as a DJ and you still are a DJ. What was the reason behind it? Was it like a passion that you had from your small days to be a DJ?
Okay, very honestly, if you really take it back, it goes back to somewhere around 1991, 92. It's a long period going back. So anyway, I had the love for music. So I used to collect cassettes, a lot of cassettes those days, and I had a very big collection of cassettes. So we had a group of friends who used to hang out all the time. We listened to music, but then the real story is one of the members of our clan slipped out from the gang, and because he got friendly with the DJ at that time, he was DJing, and he was starting to go to parties with him. Right. So obviously, jealousy these guys. So because of that, then we decided, why can't we do this? Why can't we try to do it? I have the music. Yeah. So that was the main reason for me to really get into this. So then I thought, okay, then followed a few DJs, and I thought, okay, this can be done. So then started working around with it, and we have collected a few cassette decks. My father got down a mixer for me, but then still things are not really going properly. So then I called a few places who were doing DJing at that time, who like maybe professionally, they call it professionally, but nobody really wanted to take me and stuff like that. So then finally I came across Kamesh, Cool Tempo, right? And then he said, okay, you can come, you can learn. So, okay, my initial start was there were two DJs who were playing, Body and Sam. So when Body and Sam were playing, it was in cassette stores.
Okay. Yeah.
I was the one who was given the duty with a small Walkman-like setup to rewind and forward the cassette and give the song for those two for Bonnie and Sam to play, because you need to rewind and forward the cassette. And I had a very small headphone. It's a really hard job. All that sound coming into it. So that's how I started, and it was paid a very, very small fee at that time. I'm not ashamed of it. It's just $50 for a night. And so that's how my entire DJ career started. Then after that, I started getting behind gigs. Then I started collecting my own stuff, and then started doing things on my own. Then that's where in 1995 I opened up OUTBUSRT Entertainment Restaurant.
And became a businessman.
Yeah, started doing it professionally.
And you have produced so many big name DJs in Sri Lanka right now. Just to name a few, Shyam, Prasad, Kul, name goes on and on. So what was the reason behind it? I mean, did you teach them anything extra special for them to be like this today?
Actually, to be very honest, the dedication that people play, you say Shyam or Prasad, and even now if you take so they had a lot of passion to learn. They had a very big passion to learn, and they wanted to always be better or the better. There's nothing that I really taught them. They knew it. They were given the basics. Yeah. They knew exactly. Even Capital C, who was working at Zook right now. He was also a member of all. So we had a good group. We had a good bunch who really knew what they were doing, and the passion for music. And people always wanted to look for new things. Yeah. And they started, because if you take a DJ, a lot of people think like, okay, to be a DJ you need to be a beat mixer or you need to mix songs. It's just one element of being a DJ.
Yeah.
Just one element of being a DJ. There's so many things. You need to update the music, you need to follow the music, you need to follow the genres, you need to be presentable at functions, how you talk to clients, how you converse with them. For the moment you get a call for an inquiry, that's where your professional DJ comes. How you handle that call, how you handle the inquiry, how you take it forward, what do you ask the client. Because I know there are a lot of people, if you get a call and say, okay, can you do a booking, right? It's at, say some 5-star hotel, okay, right. Hold on, I can do it. How much is your fee? Terrific, that's it. So and this is your day. Okay, I'm blocked. So the client sometimes gives you advance, so you're blocked. But a lot of people don't ask. Okay, now if you take a 5-star hotel, they have about 3 or 4 banquet halls.
Yeah.
What banquet hall is?
Yeah.
What is your crowd capacity? What type of a function is this? Right? What time is it starting? Is the hall free from morning for setup? Now do we have to come in the evening for setup? So those in detail, if it's a wedding or a home, do you have any special request song? Do you have any special first dance? So those details are very little asked by a lot of people. So you need to get all. That's where your professionalism is. And the moment you ask that, even if, obviously everyone talks about budgets, even if your price is higher than the market, what the client is doing, then they feel, okay, I'm talking to a professional. That's why he must be a kid. That's why that's where you screw your mark.
Yeah.
Because you getting on your decks and doing your job is a simple. I'm not saying it's a simple. Playing music is not a. Once you know the art is not marketing and judging crowds and those things, but how you put your infrastructure together to be a professional.
I think that's what makes a proper DJ, right?
That
Not
makes
just mixing two songs.
Yeah, it's just not mixing two songs. And then obviously how you judge the crowd, what do you give the crowd. Those things are the main things. Mixing, anybody can, especially now with all these new software, mixing is just a touch of a button.
Yeah. Speaking of these days, now when you compare the two scenes back then when you started and right now, how do you see the difference between the two scenes?
If we look at the industry, when we started collecting records, collecting music, it was a big process. Right? We used to wait for our friends from foreign countries to come in to give us CDs. Recording a CD was about almost $2,000 at that time.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just so hard to find music. But nowadays music is freely available. So, but the only difference from today to that, what I see is in the good old days, we collected music, but there was no pre-preparation. We used to practice songs before the function, but there was no big. We used to take our record box and go and play. We take our CD box and go and play, and then we judge the crowd and then pick the CD and play. And obviously you need to listen to it. But now there's more things. Like say now with all the new softwares like virtual DJ, Serato, record box, whatever. Your pre-preparation to the music, to the function, is more than those days.
Yeah.
But your workload at the function is less. You get samples, what things. So you can be a more creative DJ now because of the software coming. So those are the two different things that I see in the modern day DJ and the old school DJ, I would say. But now obviously we are getting more electronic based DJs coming.
Any reason on that? Well, you see a lot of young people, catching up with that.
I have nothing against it because if you look at the world music platform, it's all electronic music. It's very rare you see commercial or the good old retros and the 90s coming up. You take foreign countries, you take worldwide, you take big platforms like Tomorrowland and all that. They're all electronic based music. So I have no problem in that, and I like people, I like street, I like the way Sri Lankans are moving towards it. But only thing we need to take it from this point to the next level, that our DJs are also in the international platform. Now we get electronic DJs from abroad to come and play, but very few of us have the opportunity to go there and play. So I think the young generation needs to come into that level where you are being requested to come and play.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Kosla. Now a lot of the foreign DJs, like you said, they're producers. So they produce their own music. I mean, that's why they are easily categorized as artists on the world stage. Not like our Sri Lankan. I mean, there are few producers in Sri Lanka, but not up to that mark, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we get producers. There are few guys, as you said, who are very good. They've got international record labels. There are few. But as I said, it's music. Very few go into that level of it. Everybody is more interested in the DJ part, not the. So the moment you can produce and you hit the mark, that's where your eligibility to go international comes in. That's where you become more recognized. If one of your tracks are being recognized by a record label, it's spread around, it's podcasts or whatever music platforms you talk about, then that's where it really comes into a matter. Saying, okay, I become recognized. And also, what I feel is, do our modern day DJs, do their marketing enough? Do they canvas it more enough? Do they, obviously they do it on Facebook and Instagram, but then do they match with the international artists who are performing? to try and get to that level.
Yeah.
In terms of marketing themselves, producing themselves. So I think those are little things that we are lacking in Sri Lanka.
Now, when it comes to the industry, one more time, with the situation in the country, I mean, we have had the war, and now the political inconsistency happening again. So, what do you think about the trade, and how will the trade react to it?
I think the trade,
The whole entertainment industry. I'm
oh
talking.
yeah, the whole entertainment. If you really go back in time, when we started, we were the ethnic group. But still things kept going. There were bombs going on, but then still the clubs went on, the functions went on.
Yeah.
Eventually, Sri Lanka became a good entertainment hub. Like say, there were foreign artists coming in, various things, not only artists but musicians. And so then gradually, from 2019 with the East attack, there was a slight drop in intent because there were restrictions to do, and then it really kept picking up again. And then,
And the pandemic.
And then the pandemic came. Then obviously with the pandemic it hit a lot.
Yeah.
The music industry really, I would say, went really down. But it's gradually picking up now. And even with the economic crisis currently going on, if you go out on a Friday, if you go out on a Saturday, if you look at the clubs are pumping. It's basically jam-packed. And if you take a concert that happens, it's packed.
Yeah.
So people want entertainment.
Yeah.
People want to enjoy it. So that's the Sri Lankan.
Culture.
Yeah, if you put it in the correct way, Sri Lanka means never get a bad shoe. Right. So I think people want it. So now what we really need to do is how do we cater this market? How do we cater this? How does the entertainer cater in this new economic environment? That's where we need to focus.
I think we need to diversify our entertainment aspect. You can't stick to the old methods of giving them entertainment. Again, are doing that. Entertainment methods are doing that.
You need to come up with new creativity. So I've seen a few bands, but if you look at some bands, they not only singing, they start dancing.
Yeah.
They dancing, they do a lot of things. So I think even the DJs need to get more innovative. Try to interact with the crowd, interact with the crowd more. I try to do something different.
I think move with the time, adapt with the time.
Yeah, adapt with the time. Like say, if you want to use 4 decks, use 4 decks.
Yeah.
Right? And if you want to do something, you sample machines, whatever, just try not the, as you said, not the old school DJ who would mix one song to another. Try to do various scratch things. There are a lot of things that you can do. So I think you need to be more creative. So the younger generation needs to take that level.
Also now we are so accustomed to seeing you on TV, right? So tell me about this. How did that change happen?
Well, actually, it is a passion that I have. Even with my DJing is, so a plus point that I have is I can announce. I'm not saying very well, but then to a good extent. My voiceover mic has been great. So then I just got the feeling, okay, not as a profession, but okay, like your TV, very present TV. So I went for screen test and got through, and then it just turned up that they wanted me to do various programs. It started with a program called Rise and Shine at Rupavahini, and then it gradually went on. I've done a lot of current affairs work. I've done a lot of sports programs. I do live commentaries on cricket and all, and so it's just a passion that I run. It's now turning out more than a passion to me because of getting inquiries for various voiceover matters like voiceover documentaries, comparing gigs, then sports commentary and stuff.
How are you enjoying it more than DJing? Or?
Well, for me, the Kosala is still a DJ.
Okay.
That will never change. Kosala will be the DJ. Right? Being a presenter, being a commentator would be a secondary thing, but I do enjoy all doing that. Because it's a new experience for me, and I meet a lot of good people. I meet a lot of people. Very high-end people. My range of meeting people a bit more. But me, Kosala is the DJ.
The DJ. And you become a sportscaster also now.
So I do that's what I do a lot of sports programs and I do commentaries to Sri Lanka cricket and various and
how do you adapt?
Well, again, I give my first preference to my DJ. If I get a gig so I would say no to a commentary or a, so that would be my first preference. But then if I on a free day I would take anything. Adapting, yes, you need to do a lot of homework. That's what I said. Even if you're a DJ, you need to do a lot of homework. You need to study yourself. If you're doing a cricket commentary or doing a cricket match or doing like a, you need to study, okay, what is this match, who are the players you have. So you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared. You just can't go there, take the mic, okay, right, who's playing, all right, who's playing. No, you can't do that. You need to be pretty much prepared. If you do a comparing gig, you need to speak to the client, what needs to be done. So you need to be focused. You need to be focused and you need to be prepared. As well as a team, you need to be prepared for a function.
Any dream of becoming international cricket announcer one day?
That's one passion, but it's a long process because very honestly, what the international cricket platforms are looking at is international cricketers. Who have played, who have represented that country. So unfortunately, I have not had that luxury. But I feel that one day I might get an opportunity like that, and someday hopefully I can. Be a dream. That's definitely a dream because I've been in the DJ industry for 30 years. And another thing that I would like to tell everybody, you're never too old to be a DJ. You're never too old to be a DJ. But as time goes on, your demand and things might come down with the new trend, but you can still be a DJ. And there are a lot of things that you can learn.
I mean, age is no matter to start anything new, right? I mean, people are very scared of the age, think that, when they hit 50 or 60, they're like,
well, okay.
I'm not going to reveal your age.
I have nothing to hide. I will be turning 50 very soon. So, but then still, I'm so happy that even being 30 years in the industry, people call me Franco, and then because they want me to come and play functions. So I think that's something that I gained throughout the years, and I'm still satisfied. So that's what I said. Kosala is still the DJ, not the commentator. It's still the DJ. But maybe with the age going on, I might feel that that's where I need to go into. So that's
the DJ Kosala.
That's the DJ Kosala.
Don't forget to subscribe to ChaKra TV and we had conversation with Kosala. Kosala, let me put our attention to Ceylon Disc Jockeys Association. Now you play a big role in the association. Tell us about it.
Yeah, actually the Ceylon Disc Jockeys Association was established at a time when everything was really hard for DJs because we were going through a pandemic and a few of the top DJs in Sri Lanka got together and felt that there needs to be an association for Sri Lanka because if you take DJing in Sri Lanka started way back in 1978 or 80, if I'm not mistaken. And since then everybody's been doing their own thing, but there's not been a real body who could represent the DJs of the country. So that's why the Ceylon Disc Jockeys Association was formed with the expertise of top people who are currently in the expo, and I hold the position of Secretary of CDJA is the president of the association. So a lot of people have mixed ideas about this association. Why I want to join an association? I'm doing my own thing. I'm fine doing what I'm doing. But the thing is, the association can come in very handy for you because it can be a representing body to the entire country. It is a representing body for the entire country. So that's why we shout out to every DJ, become a member of the CDJA. That's what we call ourselves. We are the Ceylon Disc Jockeys. So become a member of it. There are a lot of things. Even during the pandemic, there were a few things that we looked after our members. We give care packages to them. We had forums, like online platforms, to just keep them motivated and keep them to stay. Don't stop what you're doing. Because you're an artist, you need to do what you know best. And with the Ceylon Disc Jockey, we have got recognition from the WMA, the EMA, the Event Management Association, the Western Music Association. So there are a lot of people who are coming to recognize.
So this is a recognized body by the government?
It is an association that has been registered and it is the only registered DJ association for Sri Lanka.
Okay. So like you mentioned, what benefits can a DJ get? Now I know when they started off the CDJA association, everybody is saying, what benefit will I get? Do I get money?
So the problem is if you're looking at that, you're not going. If you're looking at gains from it, it's definitely not financial gains. But there are things like that we can give you all things like various benefits coming in, like discounts from various places. We we are looking at working on insurances and stuff like that. And also the more important factor, for example, you go in for a function and you come across a issue with a client, with an establishment, with a hotel, right? Sometimes you may not be at fault.
Yeah, we had many incidents.
You might not be at fault, but the establishment or hotel will always keep accusing you. Right. So at that time, you can always, if you are a member, you can come to us and we will advise you what needs to be done. So that you have a ground to safeguard yourself. Not to find fault with the establishment or ask any compensation from the establishment. Except how you get out of this situation, what are your guidelines for this, right? And so on and so forth. So those are things that we really would want to give advice to. And we are having workshops, we have programs, workshop program where we educate you. Like I said at the beginning of this program, how do you become a professional DJ? What do you need to become a professional? And even not only that, we had workshops where we spoke to our members on how they can manage their business finances, how they pay their, how you can be a taxpayer, what you need to do in terms of tax if somebody comes and asks you for tax and stuff like that. So what do you need? So those are things that we've been doing towards our members. So it's a thing that you will be educated a lot to be from how professional you can be. I think that's the main guideline that we're going to keep from the CDJA.
So how many DJs are involved right now at the association?
Currently we have about 70 to 80 members with us.
Okay.
We have sent the invitation to everybody. Anybody can join in.
There's a yearly membership.
It's a yearly membership of 10,000 rupees if you're a full-time DJ.
Okay.
If you're a part-time DJ, it's 7,500. And we also have a category saying that it's student DJ, which is only 5,000. And obviously, if you look at it, a lot of DJs in the country can afford that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people come to the association asking whether we can have a control on price. No, we can't police that situation. We just can't do that. That is something that is beyond our control. We can't have a price restriction. So that is the only thing that we will not look into. But we will help and guide DJs how you, especially if you want to send out a quotation, how I can send a quotation. What do I need to do? How do I type a quotation? All those things we help. So that's what if we come to the city. We have overseas members as well.
Okay.
We have DJs, Sri Lankan DJs who are residing overseas who are members because they feel that this is something that is association that stands out for the DJs in Sri Lanka. And even during the pandemic, we were invited for press conference to talk for the DJs. So those are things that we have gained through the association, by being associated.
දැන් මම අහන ප්‍රශ්නය ඇවිල්ලා මම ඔය CDJA association එක ස්ටාර්ට් එකේදී මාව ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක්. දැන් ඔය සල්ලි කෙනෙක් දාන 10,000 or 5,000 ඔය සල්ලි කොච්චර කාලයක් කාගේ යන්නද තියෙන්නේ?
ඔය අපිට account එකක් තියෙනවා. අපිට අපේ exco එකක් තියෙනවා. exco එකේ treasurer කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. assistant treasurer කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඉතින් ඒක ඔක්කොම deposit වෙන්නේ ඒ account එකට. ඉතින් අපි monthly statements තියෙනවා. අපිට annually ඒතකොට අපේ AGM එකක් තිබ්බා. ඒ AGM එකේ අපි financial report එක submit කරනවා. ඒක අපෙන් question කරන්න ඕන නම් ඒ question කරන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් අපිට ඒකට දෙන්න උත්තරයක් තියෙනවා. අපි accounts හරියටම handle කරලා අපේ treasurer තමයි කපිල පීරිස් is very adversant on what he does. He's very thorough on what he does. So ඒක ඒ විදිහට කියනවා. අපි ඇත්තටම කියන්න අර මම කිව්වාගේ CAPEX දුන්නද අපි ඒ CAPEX වලටවත් අපි members එක්ක සල්ලි ගත්තේ නැහැ. ඒ සල්ලි ටික එනවා. ඒවා ඔක්කොම අපි කරේ sponsorships. ඉතින් ඒකට කවුරු හිතනවා නම් අපේ සල්ලි අරන් අපි ඒක බෙදනවා කියලා ඒක වැරදි මතයක්. අපි ඒකට අපි ඉදිරියට බේසික් එකකින් අපි ඉවෙන්ට් එකක් organize කරනවා. ඒ ඉවෙන්ට් එකට පව අපි members එක්ක සල්ලි ගන්න එක තමයි කරන්නේ. අපි sponsors ලගෙන් තමයි ඒක කරන්නේ. ඉතින් කාටවත් බය වෙන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. ඒ සල්ලි දැම්මොත් ඒ සල්ලි සුරක්ෂිතව අපේ CDJA account එකේ Nation Trust Bank එකේ තමයි account එකේ. ඒකේ සුරක්ෂිතව තැන්පත් කරලා
ඕන කෙනෙක්ට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඇත්තටම මම ප්‍රශ්නේ ආවේ මොකද ඒ සැකයත් මම හිතන්නේ ප්‍රශ්නේ වගේ වෙනත් අහන්න ඇති. මොකද හැමෝම කියෝ සල්ලි ඇල්ල දැන් අවුරුදු 5ක් 10ක් තිබ්බොත් මේ සල්ලි මට අවස්ථාවක් තිබුණ නැතුව මට කොහේ හම්බ වෙනවද?
ආපහු අපි රිටර්න් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක membership fee එකක් මොන association එකක් මොන club එකක membership fund එකක් මම ඒකම දේ මට මේක කැමති නැත්නම් මට membership එක renew නොකර ඉන්න පුළුවන්. මම අර දාපු සල්ලි කවුරුත් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. කිසිම මන්න කිසිම තැනක ඒක වෙන්නේ නැහැ.
ඒක තමයි Kosla because people are not educated enough.
ඒක තමයි
මේකේ තේරුම් ගන්න මේක අලුත් එකක් නේ.
ඒ මිනෝල් මෙතන තියෙන මේ association කියන වචනේ තේරුම ගන්න නැති
ඒකයි ප්‍රශ්නේ
තමයි ගොඩක් අය තියෙන්නේ. ඒ ඇසෝසියේෂන් එකේ තියෙන වටිනාකමක් එතන ආවම ඒ වටිනාකම තේරෙනවා. ඔයාලගේ කාඩ් එකක් අපි membership කාඩ් එකක් දෙනවා. ඉතින් අන්න ඒ වගේ ගොඩක් දේවල් තියෙනවා අපි membership ඩිරෙක්ටරි එකක් අවුට් කරන්න හදනවා. ඒක අපි ඒ ඩිරෙක්ටරි එක හොටෙල්ස් වලට දෙනවා. ඒතර හොටෙල්ස් වලට කියන්නේ අපි කියනවා මේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ෆන්ක්ෂන්ස් වලට මේ කට්ටියව තමයි ප්‍රිෆර් කරන්නේ.
දැන් ඔන්න good question එකක්. ඔන්න ඕක තාම මට ආපු question එකක් තමයි සමහර DJs ලෝක ගැන කිව්වා මේගොල්ලෝ හදන්නේ මම මේ කම්ප්ලේන්ට් එකක් නෙමෙයි කරන්නේ Kosla because මේ these are the questions that I got asked. එතකොට ඒක මට කිව්වා මේ 5 star hotels වලට මේ association එකේ members වලට විතරයි දෙන්නේ යන්නේ තත්ත්වයකට ඉස්සරහට කරන්න යන්නේ මේගොල්ලෝ කියලා.
නෑ එහෙම අපිට එහෙම මේකක් නමුත් අපි මෙහෙම දෙන්න කියලා බල කරන්න බෑනේ. දැන් මට ඔයාට බල කරන්න පුළුවන් ද ඔයාට වාගේ බුකින් එකක් වෙඩින් එකක් තියෙනවා මට දෙන්න කියලා. ඔව්. මට බල කරන්න බෑනේ. ඔයාගේ ප්‍රෙෆරන්ස් එක. නමුත් අපි කියන්නේ අපි හොටෙල් එකට ගියන්නේ මේක තමයි ඇසෝසියේෂන් එක. මේගොල්ලන් ගත්තොත් මේගොල්ලන්ගේ අතේ මොනවා හරි ප්‍රශ්නයක් වුණොත් ඒකේ රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටි එකක් අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක මිස්බිහේව් වුණොත් නැත්නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ වෙලාවට වැඩ කරේ ඒ මොකක් හරි පොඩි රෙස්පොන්සිබිලිටි එකක් තියෙනවා මේ කට්ටියව. නැතුව අපිට බල කරන්න බෑ මේ අපිටම අපි ගන්න සීමන් බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් හොටල් එකක හරි ෂැන්ග්ලර් එකක අපිට කියන්න බෑ මේ ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ අපේ මෙප්ප කෙනෙක් නැතුව වෙන ඩීල් කෙනෙක් ගන්න බෑ කියලා. ඒක අපි ඒක ඔයාලට කියන්න මට කියන්න බෑ. ඒක මේකේ ප්‍රොබ්ලම් නමුත් අපි කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේගොල්ලෝ තමයි මේ මෙම්බර්ස්. ඕගොල්ලන්ට මෙන්න මේගොල්ලෝ හරි ඕනනම් මේගොල්ලෝ යූස් කරන්න පුළුවන්. කියන එක තමයි අපි කියන්නේ. අපි මේ ආකක් බල කරලත් නෑ අපි කොහෙවත් කියලත් නෑ මේ ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ ඔයාගේ ප්‍රශ්නෙට මම හරි උත්තරේ දුන්නා.
මම හිතන්නේ මේක ඇවිල්ලා the point that I got from your conversation is also I think this whole point of the CDJA association is to standardize the industry.
Very true. ඒක ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ්. අපි කියමු for example අපි දැන් ඔයා දැකලා අපි කියමු වෙඩින් එකකට යනවා. වෙඩින් එකකට ගියාම DJ කියන්නේ ස්ටේජ් එකට ඉන්න මනුස්සයෙක්. එතකොට අපි කියමු ඔයා DJ කරනවා කියන්නේ ඔයා ස්ටේජ් එකට නැග්ගහම මුළු හෝල් එකටම මනමාලිටයි වඩා පේන්න ගාව. ඔයා උඩ අඩු ගන්න අඩි දෙකක් උඩින් යන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයා එතනදී ඔයාගේ ඇඳුම ඔය උත්සවයට සුදුසු නැති ආකාරයට ගියොත් මුළු මහත් ලංකාවම DJ කෙනෙක් කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ වගේ කෙනෙක් අනුමාන
කතාවක්වත් ඕක තමයි උනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔන්න ඔය තත්ත්වෙට වැටුණා ඕක.
ඔය අනුමාන කියන්නේ අපි කියන්නේ අපි ඔන්න ඕක තමයි අපි විශේෂයෙන්ම ඇඳුම ඒක ඉතාමත් වැදගත්. අපි කියන්නේ මේ
first impression
expensive ඇඳුම් අඳින්න කියන නමුත් වෙඩින් එකකට යනකොට තමයි කෝට් එක ෆොට් ගන්න බෑ අඩු ෂර්ට් එකක් යට කරලා හරි ඒ ඩීසන්සි එක තියෙනවා. ඒ අන්නේ ඒ වගේ දේවල් තමයි අපි අත්‍යවශ්‍ය CDJA ඩිගොඩ් කරන්නේ. එතකොට කොහොමද මේක සමහර DJස්ලා ඉන්නවා මේ එතකොට අපි දන්නවනේ ටෙන්ස් ගත්තාම ඒ වගේ ඩිගොඩ් කරන්නේ.
ඒ ගෲමින් සෙෂන් එකක්.
අන්න හරි ගෲමින්. මම අද ආවම වෙන මේක නේනකොට මම චෙක් කරලා මම මේක presentable.
Yeah.
That is your first impression counts a lot. නන්න ඒකයි සමහර අප මම දැකගෙන මම ගිහලා දෙන වෙලේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා මේ DJ ඉන්නවා මේ අර ඉරිච්ච ඩෙනිම් මේක ඉරිච්ච නෙවෙයි අර ස්ටයිල් එකක් නේ ඒ ඩෙනිම් හැවේ ඒව අඳින්න වෙන ඒ ෆන්ක්ෂන්ස් තියෙනවා ඒ අඳින්න ෆන්ක්ෂන්ස් තියෙනවා ඩෙක් ෂූස් අඳින්න ෆන්ක්ෂන්ස් තියෙනවා you can be funky ඩෙක් ෂූස් දාලා පොට් එකක් අඳින්න ඒක ප්‍රශ්න නෑ you can be funky නමුත් අර ඒකේ තියෙනවා මේ යම් කිසි මේක එතකොට කතා කරන්නේ කොහොමද සමහර මන් DJs දැකලා තියෙනවා බාර් එක අරගෙන ඉස්සෙල්ලා බාර් එකට යනවා ඩී ඔයගේ දේවල් තමයි අපි නැති කරන්නේ. ඔය ඒ පොඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් කරන දේ මේ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකට තමයි හානි වෙන්නේ. ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එක මොකෝ අපි ගත්තොත් 1995 ඉඳන් 2010 දක්වා කාල පරිච්ඡේදය ගත්තොත් මිනෝල් ලංකාවේ DJs වල පුදුම තැනක් තිබුණා. ඔයා කියන්නේ bands වලට තැනක් තිබෙන්නේ නැහැ.
They were well respected. I know.
Respected කරන්නේ dinner dance එකක් ගත්තොත් first preference was the DJ. Then only the band. Night club එකක් ගත්තොත් it was the DJ then the band. නමුත් ඒක අපේ මිනිස්සු නැති කරලා.
Is it because of the beach party culture?
නෑ. beach party culture එක නෙවෙයි. මම හරි කැමතියි ඒක. ඒක මොකද ඒක මොකද concept එක. ඉතින් නමුත් අර ඒ මොනවා හරි ඒ අපි කියමු අර බීච් පාටි එක යන විදියට 5 star hotel එක ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට ගියාම අන්න එතන අපි ලබන කපා ගන්නවා. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි bands මේ ආයි නැගිටීමක් කරා ඒගොල්ලෝ DJs follow කරා. Music repertoires DJs follow කරා. බාගත්තොත් දැන් ගත්තොත් dance bands වල බාගට බාගයක් ගන්න DJs ගන්න සෝන්. ඔව්. සමහර DJ ට සිද්ධ නෑ ගන්න.
ඔබේ personal experience එක තියෙනවා. This was back in 2012 if I'm right. A particular band, then I'll tell you the club name, Clancy's. So, okay, Kosla, when I was playing, then he said, main songs on the band. Then he got ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ because I was new there, so මට පොඩක් ඒතර panic වෙනවා nervous වෙනවා because band has been there for some time. දැන් මේ list එකේ ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා මේ pitbull ගේ songs මේ රකුත් ඔක්කොම තියෙනවා. But දැන් ඇත්තම කතා කරනවා those are like about 5-10 songs that must list එකේ තියෙන DJ කෙනෙක්ගේ songs ටිකක්. හැබැයි ගහන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. But ඊට පස්සේ අපි කතාවෙන් ඒක shape කරගන්නවා. But ඕක ගැටුම්ක් තියෙනවා trend එකේ.
ඔව් අන්න ඒක හොඳ point එකක්. ඔබ දන්නද ඕක මටත් අනන්ත වෙලා තියෙනවා. නමුත් අපි කරන්නේ ඉස්ලාම කියලා අපි එයාට කතා කරලා බෑන්ඩ් එකේ කෙනෙක්ට කතා කරලා සුමුදෙන්. නමුත් මෙතනදී මේ බෑන්ඩ් එකේ එක්කෙනාට කියන්න බෑ මේ සින්දුව ගන්නකොටම ඒක යාගේ සින්දුවක් නෙමෙයි. පිටුගේ සින්දුව යාරයි කියන්නේ නෑ. ඔක මටත් එක සැරයක් ඉෂුව එකක් ඇවිල්ලා මම සින්දුවක් ගන්න සමහර 6 name ගහලා මට බෑන්ඩ් එකේ නම අහන්න එපා. බෑන්ඩ් එකේ කෙනෙක් කළා you are playing my song. I said, how can this be your song? From what I know, this is Brad Adams' song. No, but then that's one part. That come to that. So, it's අපි ගොඩක් කරන්නේ understanding එක අපෝ බෑන්ඩ් එකේ අපි බෑන්ඩ් කෙනෙක්ට respect එක දෙන්න ඕනේ. එයා practice කරන සිදුවක් ගන්න. අපිට දෙයට pen drive එකක් දාලා ඒක CD එකක් දාලා සිදුව. නමුත් DJ කෙනෙකුට සින්දු නැහැ කියන්නත් බෑ නේද? නමුත් මම බෑන්ඩ් වලින් අහන තර්කයක් තමයි බෑන්ඩ් දෙකක් ගහන ඩිනනාන්ස් වල ඔයගොල්ලෝ අනිත් බෑන්ඩ් එකට ගිහලා කියනවා කියලා මේක ගන්න එපා.
කියන්නේ good point. Yes.
ඉතින් ඕකේ it's
way you handling no come to understand
all the way you handle.
Yeah.
දැන් මම ගන්න ගොඩක් DJs ලා ගහනකොට බෑන්ඩ් එකේ කට්ටිය ස්ටේජ් එකට ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැහැ.
ඔව් රණ්ඩු වෙන දෙයක් නෙමෙයි අතරම මේක.
ඒවා අන්න ඒවා තමයි එන්න CDJA එකට එන්න අපි කියලා දෙන්නම් ඒක කොහොමද කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. ඒක කතා කරන්නේ කොහොමද? දැන් ඔයාලට වෙන්නේ බුක් කරගෙන වඩ වෙන්නේ බුක් කරාම ඔයා ආන බෑන්ඩ් එකක් ඉන්නවා. ඒ බෑන්ඩ් එකක් ඉන්නවා. කවුද බෑන්ඩ් එක කියලා? මම නම් කරන්නේ කෙනෙක් ඉස්සෙල්ලාම නේද බෑන්ඩ් එකක් කරලා කතා කරන්නේ. මොකක්ද සෝන්ගේ මට ස්ටේජ් එකට අපි ක්ලයන්ට් එකේ ස්ටේජ් එකට අන්න ඒ වගේ ගහන සිද්ධු මොනවා. එතකොට ඒ මිනිස්සයා බුකින් එකට එනකොටම අපිත් එක්ක යාළු වෙලා යනවා. අපිත් එක්ක වැඩ කරනවා ප්‍රශ්න නෑ. තවත් කම්ප්ලේන්ට් එකක් තමයි කියන්නේ සමහර DJs ට ගහන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා බෑ.
මේ සමහරකට බිමකකුත් තියෙනවා. out of experience මම දන්නවා සමහර කලකට පරක්කු වෙලා යනවා. අරක setup කරාට පස්සේ පරක්කු වෙලා DJ කියලා සෙට් කරන්න යනවා. උතන clash එකක් වගේ.
clash ඒ වගේ ඒව පොඩ්ඩක් ඒවා issues ඇත්තටම මට නම් issues
නෙමෙයි ඇත්තටම.
ඒවා issues අපි කරගන්න දෙන්නේ.
yeah true.
now for example ඔයා මෙහෙම කියනවා හරි. අපි උදේ වෙඩින් එකක් ගාලා හවස එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒකේ බෑන්ඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒතර අපි යනකොට බෑන්ඩ් එක මුළු ස්ටේජ් එකම අරන් ඉවරයි අපිට දාන්න ඉඩක් නැහැ. අපි බෑන්ඩ් එක කතා කරනවා ලොකු ඉෂුවක් එකක්. ඊට වඩා හොඳයි ඊට කලින් ඉඳලා කියන්න මම බුකින් එකක් ගහලා එන්නේ. මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි වෙන්නේ. මට පොඩ්ඩක් ඉඩක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වචනේ බෑන්ඩ් එකෙන් කියන කතා කරලා ඉන්නවා. ඒ ලංකාවේ ඕන බෑන්ඩ් ගොඩක් බෑන්ඩ්ස් මම ගියොත් මම ගන්නවා කිව්වොත් මම අහන සවුන්ඩ් ලයිට් එක ඕනේද කියලා. මම අහන සවුන්ඩ් ලයිට් ඕනේද? ඒ අපි හදාගෙන තියෙන රෙස්පෙක්ට්
එක.
ගොඩක් බෑන්ඩ් දෙන්නේ නැහැ DJs රසොන්. මම අහනවා පොඩ්ඩක් සකවාට සවුන්ඩ් ලයිට් එක ඕනේද? ඒ අපි හදාගෙන ඒක අපි හදාගන්න. මේක තමයි ඒ අරවගේ grooving කතා කරන විදිය how pleasant you present
yourself. I think the way you dress, first impression counts for everything. That's what matters. Yeah. Okay, Kosla. Now let's come to your media career one more time. What are you involved in right now?
Right now, not that I work as a freelance presenter for Colombo. I do a lot of the English programs. I do a program called I Zen then Law and Order. Then I do Buddhist program as well for 4 years. And I do a lot of sports relevant programs. So that's what I really do. And in terms of my commentary, I do commentary for the OUTBUSRT.com, batsman.com and various social media platforms. Then again for Sri Lanka cricket. And I'm recognized as English commentator by Sri Lanka cricket. India books as English commentator. So that's where I really stand in terms of my media career. And as you said, international market, that's where I'm looking for. Hopefully,
So, final question. What do you think about given the political scenario in the country? Okay. Let's talk about how it will impact the DJ industry and the entertainment industry as a second option.
Well, it's not going to be easy because now the newest problem that we have is we don't have the facility to bring down equipment because it is banned.
Yeah.
We fall under that category of the items that were banned.
Yeah.
So that's a challenge that the DJ is going to have. Not only the DJ, even the dancing has the challenge because problem is current part එකක් හැදුණා කියන්නේ.
Yeah.
ඒ part එක අපිට ගෙන්න ගන්න බැරි වුණොත් අන්න එතන issues. ඒක තමයි ලොකුම challenge එක අපි ඉදිරියට යන්නේ. අපිට spares ගෙන්න not to buy new equipment but that existing equipment වල හරි and the cost of the equipment.
Yeah.
Now I can මම console එකක් ගත්තා 2019 3,50,000. ඒ console එක අද is 1.1 million. So එතකොට අපි 1.1 million වලට console එකක් ගත්තාම අපි කීයකටද booking එකක් කරන්නේ? අන්න එතන තමයි අපේ challenge එක.
So what's the solution for this?
Solution එකක් කියලා මම කියලා දෙන්නම්. It's only solution මට කියන්න පුළුවන්. You market yourself to get a reasonable price for yourself. ඒ කියන්නේ පාඩුවට booking එකක් ගන්න එක තේරුම් නැහැ.
Yeah.
booking එකක් ගහලා රුපියල් 2,000 3,000 ගෙදර ගිහින් වැඩ නැහැ. අඩු ගානේ මිනිමම් DJ ගන්න රුපියල් 10,000ක්වත් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. අන්න එතන ඒක හදා. මම කියන්නේ try to develop on that. මම කියන්නේ 10,000ක් ගන්න මට ඊට වඩා ඕනේ 10,000ක් මදි. මම කියන්නේ මිනිමම්. ඒකයි ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැන් විශේෂයෙන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ booking එකක් ගන්නේ කොහොමද? booking ගොඩ අපේ ලංකාවේ ගොඩක් මිනිස්සු ගන්නේ booking එක කියන බඩු list එක පින්නනේ.
නැත්නම් price එක කොහොමද?
නැත්නම් price එක ගන්න මෙහෙමනේ. දැන් price එක අපි ගමු for example කවුරු කෙනෙක් X DJ X මේ කෝට් එකක් එවනවා 25,000. නමුත් ඒකේ බීන්ස් 4යි ටොප්ස් 2යි ලයිට් මෙන්න මෙච්චර වෙනස් ටිකක්. නමුත් මම යවනවා කොටේෂන් එකක්. මෙහෙමයි මගේ sound equipment වලට මෙච්චරයි. මගේ light equipment වලට මෙච්චරයි. මගේ DJ charges වලට මෙච්චරයි. එතන මගේ question කරලා තියෙනවා අරගෙන මේ ඔක්කොම යා DJ charges එක දෙන්නේ. ඇයි ඔයා වෙනම DJ? මම බෑගෙන මගේ service එක. That is my artistry. Those are it. Yeah. ඉතින් ඔයා ආර්යයෙන් කරන්නේ sound එකෙන් hire එක. ඔව්. යා වාට service එක free දෙන්නේ. ඔයාගල දෙන්නේ අර sound hire එක free service එක. මට free service එක කරන්න බෑ. මගේ artistry එකක්. දැන් මම ඒකට කැමති ගොඩක් මේ විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ beach party සහ මේ electronic EDM ඉන්න කට්ටිය මම හරි සතුටුයි ඒගොල්ලෝ charge කරනවා.
Yeah.
Very good. I'm very happy. ඒගොල්ලෝ පැයකට එකමාර රුපියල් 50,000 70,000 ලක්ෂ ගන්න එකක් ඉන්නවා. හරිද? පැය දෙකකට. හරි පැයකට පැයකමාර. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා ඒක මොකද ඒගොල්ලෝ කිසිම equipment එකක් නැතුව ගන්න. අන්න එතනට තමයි අපි mobile DJs මම කියන්නේ ලක්ෂයක් charge ගන්න බලන කියලා mobile DJ කෙනෙකුට. නමුත් අපි අන්න එතනට තමයි අපි ආයුධ තැන.
Bring up the standard,
yes,
no?
දැන් ඔයාගත්තොත් බෑන්ඩ් එකක් ලක්ෂ 3ක් කියනකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ sound වලට වෙනම ගානක් අයින් කරනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ ආටිස්ට් ෆී එකක් තමයි ගන්න. ඔයාගන්න ෂෝ එකකට අගෙන ආටිස්ට් කෙනෙක් වෙනම සිංදු කියන කෙනෙක්ට ඔය ආටිස්ට් ෆී එකක් ගන්නවා. මේ භාතිය සන්තුෂ් ස්ටේජ් එකට නැග්ගාම භාතිය සන්තුෂ් මේ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ඉක්විප්මන්ට් වලට කියලා වෙනම charge එකක් දාලා ඒක ලක්ෂ 2ක් ගන්නවා නම් සිංදු 3ක් කරන්න. ඒ ලක්ෂ 3ට ඒගොල්ලෝ බඩු ගේන්නේ නැහැ. මයික් එකක් ගේන්නේ. ඡාන්ටි ඒක තමයි අපි යන්නේ. අපි ආටිස්ට් කෙනෙක්. DJ කෙනෙක් කියන්නේ ආටිස්ට්. යන්නේ ඒකම කරන්න එපා. ඉතින් ඒක පුළුවන් තරම් මේ ඒ වගේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් වෙන්න ගන්න. ඒකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ. එන්න CDJ එකට උගන්නන්න කොහොමද ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල්.
Right. Okay. One final word for upcoming DJs. Or even presenters since you have been in it for a long time.
Presenters කට ගොඩක් වචනයක් කියන්න මම එච්චරම කැමති නැහැ. මම I'm not a very professional කියන්නේ මම full time involved presenter කෙනෙක් නැති නිසා නමුත් again මම එකම දේ කියන්නේ whatever you do you need to be prepared for your event.
Yeah.
If you get unless I'm a මොකක් හරි අවතරනේ you need to be well prepared for what you do.
Okay.
So whether you're Sinhala, Tamil, English person, you need to be prepared for what you do. You need to do your homework. DJ කෙනෙකුට කියන්නේ මේ industry එක is one of the best industry. මේ ලංකාවේ වෙලා තියෙන මේ industry එක තියෙන සැලකිලිමත්කම සහ awareness එක නැත්නම් මේ කවුරුත් මේක ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකක් කියලා පිළිගන්නේ නැති එක. මේක ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකක්. DJ කෙනෙක් කියන්නේ ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් කෙනෙක්. ડોක්ටර් කෙනෙක්, එන්ජිනියර් කෙනෙක්, ලෝයර් කෙනෙක් හා සමාන people වෙන ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් එකක්. මට මේ ලෝ කරන්න බැරි වුණා මම DJ කරන්න ලෝයර් කෙනෙක් DJ කරන්න බෑ. ඉතින් මේක treat it as a profession. Always treat it as a profession.
Not as a hobby.
Not as a hobby. Hobby එකට කරන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා. නමුත් ඔයා full time DJ කෙනෙක් වෙනවා. ඔයා මේක නම් කරන්නේ. ඒක ප්‍රොෆෙෂන් එක part timers වලට මම කියන්නේ part time කරන්න කමක් නැහැ job එකක් කරන ගමන්. නමුත් ඒ කරන ඒ DJ කරන ප්‍රමාණයදී ඔයා ප්‍රොෆෙෂනල් කෙනෙක් වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි.
Right, on that note, we bring it to wrap, and thank you so much, Kosla, for joining with me.
Thank you for having me.
We'll meet up again soon. Until then, you have a super good one.